This morning I slept and I dreamed of many different situations because every time I would, there were 3 times when I was trying to figure out who, who the characters was or who the players were in whatever crazy thing was happening. We were mostly, it was kind of like generally a city of water slides, kind of a dark city of water slides instead of roads. And we were we were chasing people and being chased, and it was all dramatic and Hollywood and theatrical. But as we would chase people, we had and we were chasing bad guys, And we had a computer in the car, and we were looking up things about the license plate that we were following, or the license plate that was following us, depending. And we'd start trying to weave this whole theatrical story about what it was that we were doing, and what the goal was, and who the people were, and why, what the reason was. Why are they doing this? And every time we would do a certain amount of research on somebody, the whole scene would change, and all of a sudden the characters were different, and they were following us instead of us following them. And they weren't from the same place anymore, and they weren't doing things for the same reasons anymore. They didn't have the same incentives. And by the third time, I realized that it totally doesn't matter what the story is. And the more we were getting caught up on the story, in my dream, the more we were getting caught up on the story, the more convoluted everything became, and the more we weren't able to succeed in any mission, because the mission would change, right? Uh, so, yeah, I was thinking for this life, it's still don't get hung up on the story, what matters is what kind of energetic exchange there is. And well, it's helpful to know the mythology of what's happening, as long as you consider it a mythology, as technically every story is true, I think. So if you want to talk about the mythology of the Illuminati, or you want to talk about the mythology of the Greys, or you want to talk about the mythology of the Galactic Federation, or you want to talk about the mythology of the skulls, or you want to talk about the mythology of the Giza pyramids, or whatever, you truth is something that stands alone, that doesn't have to be explained or justified. So things that don't have something in material truth are not any less true. And even things of material truth, because time's not linear, so someone in the future could go back to the past just to plant something materially that would lead us to some conclusion in the future, which is really the past from their perspective, I guess. But people can do that on both sides, so I guess it's kind of neutralized that way. And I don't know, stories and mythologies and stuff. It's interesting. I don't know. I guess that's all I have. Oh no, one more thing. If I think that a good sign that you're doing it wrong as far as the storytelling goes is if you start speaking in such a way that you're blaming somebody else, or blaming another group of people, or saying they are doing this, or they're doing this, or this is doing this. And, that's not telling the story properly, or not I don't know. I hope someone can do something with that.